Cuckoo.
We're Isabel and Kim, girlfriends living in France and chatting about everything going on in our lives. Come hang out with us while we cheers with an Aperol Spritz, swap stories, get into some deep talks, and share what we've learned along the way. Make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, share with your friends if you like listening to us, and you can follow us on Instagram at cuckoo.pod. Hi, Kim.
We have a whole new setup today.
Yeah, it's a little janky.
We're like free though.
Yeah,
we're holding our mics
free, but we've had some technical difficulties. We've decided this is our last episode of season 2, and next season we are coming back loose. We're not going to be bound to all of these wires and chains. We're going to redo our setup so we can
we
move
could
around.
film in like a lavender field in Paris. Wherever we want.
We're going to be more mobile. But yeah, we had a few technical breakdowns this morning, but we're here.
We're here and we're ready.
We're doing it and we're ready to go.
Yes.
So we thought this week we could do a girl's guide to Paris, because last week Kim and I went to Paris on a girls' trip and we had so much fun. So we'll walk you through what we did and catch up about that. I also feel like it's been a while since we've done the podcast. So
it has 2 weeks.
We need to catch up a bit.
Sorry, we skipped last week.
And December gets crazy. Yeah. And then when we were in Paris, we were talking about, we got a little reflective.
Yes.
Had some wine. Yes. And we were talking about some of the challenges and the good parts of the year, and we came up with a few things that we learned this year, so we'll share those at the end.
Yes, sounds great.
Okay.
Well, I want to say thank you to Isabel for inviting me to her gorgeous apartment in Paris.
Oh, you're welcome.
And it was really fun because it was like we got to be college roommates.
Oh my gosh, it was so
Don't you think it was like we
fun.
were almost roommates?
Yeah, we were roommates.
I mean, we were roommates, but I mean, it was like going back to like college days.
Yeah, except like with your own bathroom, because I don't know about you, but when I was in like my college house, we had 5 girls in one bathroom.
Yeah, we each had our own bathrooms and rooms, so it was not as like close quarters as college. It was grown-up roommates,
and it was so fun. We talked nonsense. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine. We just like talked and talked and talked. I lost my voice.
Yes, I lost my voice, and then I got back, and I was realizing I had so much I still wanted to say, and then I realized my husband's probably not going to want to hear all the nonsense I've been talking about.
I'm back to a silent house.
Silent house.
People are working.
Yes, I know. Back to reality.
Okay, so I went up a day before you.
Yes.
And then you came when you came. Wednesday?
I came on Wednesday morning.
And okay. So Wednesday, you got there Wednesday afternoon, dropped the bags, and then we went and had lunch at where actually I got married.
Oh, it was so sweet. I got to be part of that. I felt bad it wasn't your husband, but
we've been a million times. Okay. So we went to, in the show notes, we'll list all the restaurants we went to.
We'll actually have show notes.
Yeah. I think we've talked about show notes before and then we haven't had them, but we're going to, in the episode description, we'll add in which restaurants we went to so you can save them if you want.
Yes.
But so we went and had lunch at Mokonuts, which is in my neighborhood. Good. It's very small. It's one of the places I would recommend not to go with kids just because it's very, very small. But the food's great. They change up the menu all the time. It's fresh, seasonal food.
The wine was amazing.
The wine is really good. The cookies are so good. Honestly, everything. The labneh. It's just a really tasty, fresh, delicious lunch, and I love it because it's not very heavy.
No, I felt like really good after it. We walked around. It was great.
It's just good quality food. Yes. It digests well. I think sometimes when you go to these French restaurants in Paris, things can be a little heavy, oily. This is just excellent food, and it's very familial. Yes. I guess it's run by a family. So then after that, we set off to do some shopping.
Christmas shopping in Paris. Kind of a dream. Yes.
And, miscellaneous things.
I got some good teacher gifts. They seem to be enjoying. I got them candle coffret.
Yeah, those were actually very cute. It was this little set of candles with different colors and
fragrances. It was great.
Yeah. What did I got? I found these little sort of like bigger than an espresso mug, but with the hand painted flowers that were very cute.
Did you give the gifts?
Yeah, I gave them today.
Great.
So we did a little bit of shopping.
Yeah,
and then
so fun.
Wednesday night, we went for a rest.
Yes.
And then we did a exhibition.
Yes, at the Louvre.
Interactive. The Carrousel de Louvre. I've never been there before.
I hadn't been there either. And I've been to the Louvre a few times.
What was it called again?
So it's called the House of Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
And
the ball pit. I love the ball pit.
I love the ball pit. So it was meant to sort of evoke thinking about like what you want to do with your life and dreaming, and it was so all these different kind of like rooms of experiences, I would say. So they had one where you're like kind of swinging in the clouds, like on actual swings. It was sort of
whimsical.
It was very whimsical. Yeah,
I think our daughters would have loved it.
Our daughters would have loved it. We might need to go back. I think it's on till March.
Yeah, I think you can buy tickets online.
Yes, but we should post some pictures because you and I were in a ball pit. We went down a slide.
I love a ball pit.
It was really fun. Of course. I think you went down twice because you wanted to do it again.
And then we walked over to Palais Royal, which Kim has never
been
inside
it's
before.
So beautiful.
I think this is one of the most beautiful
I had no idea. It was
into
just lovely. And especially at night with the lights. And it was just gorgeous.
It was really nice. It's really beautiful in spring.
Oh,
when
I bet
all
with
the
the
flowers
flowers
are blooming and the trees are, it's beautiful. The lighting's so pretty with the
so pretty.
buildings. And so from there, we stopped by Verjus Cave. There's a restaurant. And then on the other side, there's a little wine bar.
So cute.
And we just, it was freezing. So we needed to warm up with a little wine. We had a glass of wine. And then where did we go?
And then we went out to dinner at your favorite, my new favorite.
Our favorite Japanese
sushi restaurant.
Yes.
Okay. Takara is the name.
So good.
I'm craving. I've always craved really good sushi because I don't think we really have a great place in X.
No.
I mean, there's a lot of options, but I wouldn't say any of them that melt in your mouth sushi. Like that's what this
really
is.
High quality fish.
Super high quality fish. And then interesting rolls. Like you got me hooked on the foie gras roll, which sounds so bizarre.
I could take down 2 or 3 of those.
I mean, I think if those were in front of us, this would not be good.
They're so delicious.
They're like literally melt in your mouth, and shockingly like still good with soy sauce. Because I would not have ever put like foie gras with soy sauce, but for some reason with the rice, it's a great combo.
Foie gras is pretty heavy, but for some reason it's light with the rice.
It feels like kind of airy.
I love how their rolls don't have too much rice on them. It's
totally.
Very like minimalist.
Yes.
I love that, and my new obsession is the freshwater eel.
Oh yes, we had that too. That was so good.
We had well, you told us to get the eel roll, but then we got the
loved
nigiri
the eel
too.
roll.
It was
so
really
good.
I love eel. I'm obsessed with eel.
I don't think I've ever really had eel until we were.
I hadn't had it either until
when
we were in Miami, and we tried it at this like nice sushi restaurant there, and now I'm like obsessed.
Now you're hooked,
but only at a good place because we've gotten it somewhere else before, and
not so good.
You can have that taste.
Slimy. Ooh.
Speaking of which, have you ever read the book about eels?
No.
This is crazy. I'm sure some of you guys have read this. I forget what it's called, but it tells like the life story of eels.
Really?
They're born in like the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay.
They swim across the Atlantic. They get out of the water. They go to the woods. They have their whole life in the woods, not in the ocean. Then when it's time to have babies, they go all the way back across the Atlantic, back to the Bermuda Triangle and have their babies, and then they die.
What?
It's like the craziest story I've ever
That's
read.
so interesting.
I'll send you
Okay.
We'll put the name of the book in the show notes. Why don't you put it in the show notes? So then after dinner, we walked over to Harry's bar, which is, I feel like in Paris, it's hard to, even in France.
In France in general, yeah.
It's hard to find kind of like one of those old school bars
where you can
just
like
get like
mahogany wood.
Yeah.
There's like college signs on it, but it doesn't feel like a college bar.
Yeah, it's just
like a little more sophisticated than a college bar.
The cocktails are really well made.
They can make. I had a dirty martini, and I was very excited.
It was
actually a delicious dirty martini.
It was so good. We had a dirty martini, and then we split a dirty martini.
Yeah, because we were a little nervous about having 2 each.
Because
that's over the limit for us.
I can't metabolize alcohol.
Yeah, and we wanted to have a good day the next day, so we knew 1 was probably our limit. 1.5.
Yeah, I feel like that was
1.5 was good.
It was
perfect.
And then we headed home, went to bed, and then the next day was really fun because there was a group of moms that we know from X that came up just for the day to have lunch and do some Christmas shopping. So we met up with them. We went to another great restaurant. I feel like if you're in Paris, you want like a more like traditional French meal, but that's a little bit modern. Parcelles is a really good
very
place
good.
to go.
Yes. And they were really like catering and nice to us, even though we had like 9
I agree. And they
women
gave us
that were
this
loud.
Amazing round table.
I know, it was so cute. It was cozy. We were all really close.
Yeah, a round table is just so nice.
It was so nice.
Everyone's in the conversation. You know, when you're all spread out at different ends of the
yes,
table.
No, it's so true. Or when it's like a rectangular table, you don't get to. You only talk to a few people.
Exactly.
We were joking that in Paris, this was like we had 8 people around this size table, and in the U.S. it would have been like a table for 2.
Yeah, no, it's true.
We were so
we
close.
were like shoulder to shoulder. But
like you couldn't.
intimate.
I feel like the woman next to me was left-handed, and so we were banging into each other as we were eating.
That's so
actually
funny.
Very funny. But fun.
So we had a really good meal there, and then we headed over to Bon Marche Grande Épicerie.
So beautiful if you haven't
to do a
been.
little shopping. They have all the Christmas windows.
It's probably my favorite shopping in France for sure.
I think so too.
It's awesome.
You know, if you just want to go to one, I feel like a lot of times when people come to Paris, they're there like 3-4 days because it's part of like a bigger trip.
Yep.
And sometimes you just want to go one place where
totally.
everything's really well curated.
Yes.
Of course, it's a little more expensive than if you go to different places.
Expensive.
But it's all in one place.
Yeah.
And
it's multiple floors.
Multiple floors. And I love how they do a lot of collabs with smaller brands. So like very small
really
brands will get their stuff in there. And so you just have like a lot of great things.
And the windows for the holidays, I was saying.
I'm going to bring my daughter back, I think.
Oh, you have to bring her back when you guys are there. I'm just telling Isabel, we went to like Strasbourg, as I talked about on the last episode. And I feel like the windows at Bon Marche were actually even better than windows I've seen in like what they call the capital of Christmas of Strasbourg, because they were just so unique. Like
with the music,
they had music, and then it was all timed, and they had like an Eiffel Tower with like the blinking eyes, and then all the different exhibits of the animals. It was really cool.
And I love how they put the little like stoop for the kids to get up so they can really see.
Cute.
Very cute.
It was very cute.
And then we stopped by La Grande Épicerie, of course, picked up a few things, and then we all got in a giant van and headed back.
So fun, but it was such a long ride.
And you know, the traffic in Paris is really crazy, and they've taken out, I want to say there used to be like 4 lanes for cars, and now there's just 2 lanes because they put bike lanes in everywhere, which I like is a good thing.
Right.
But you know, it's very hard to cross Paris, especially at any kind of traffic-y hour.
And that was like 5 o'clock. So we were in the car for a long time.
We were in the car for almost an hour.
Yeah. Just trying to get like from what would be considered like uptown to downtown kind of situation.
Yeah. Just very long. So if you're coming to Paris, take the bus can go in. There's a
bus lane.
There's a bus lane. So like the bus and well, normally the taxi should be able to go on the bus lane too.
I don't know why we were in.
But I don't know. The metro works great.
The metro would have been a good option, except we had so many people.
It was a transfer situation, and we all had a lot of bags. So.
Yeah. So we just decided on the fun van.
The van was fun.
It was fun.
Then we got back to my house. All the women that came up for the day had a train back around 8 o'clock. Yeah. So we had a little apero, I guess.
It was fun at your apartment.
Snacks.
We played some music.
And then
you and I danced to Lenny Kravitz.
That was after everyone left.
Sorry. Okay. I was just getting to the good part.
But yeah, Lenny Kravitz is coming to Marseille in the spring, and we want to go.
We're definitely going to go.
And so anyways, we turned on Lenny Kravitz and just remembered how good all of his music is. So we sent the ladies on their way, and then we slipped out and went to go eat tacos in Paris.
The tacos were so good.
And
the natural wine, that might have been one of my favorite nights. It was so fun.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
And so basically there's this place called Furia. It's pretty close to my apartment. It's like 10-15 minute walk.
Close.
And I would say it's like finally real Mexican food in Paris.
The tacos
it's very
were
hard
so
to find
good.
Mexican food in Paris.
Yeah. Or in general in France.
Yeah, in general. The spice of the sauces, like they just have everything right. But so they do tacos, and they don't do like guacamole, any of that stuff. It's really just like they do vegetarian fish and like meat tacos. And they do natural wines, but the wines that they've chosen pair so well with the spicy food.
It's so good.
And that red wine that's like clear red.
But no, and the one was that the foggy one? What was the one?
It was like foggy clear.
Yeah.
Like light red.
It was really good. Whatever it was.
So good. He said it was a Pinot Noir, but it's not.
It doesn't taste like it. Didn't taste like a Pinot Noir.
It's very light. And I love spicy food so much, but I love wine, but I always find it's hard to find the right wine to go with spicy food. So that was
amazing. So fun.
And then we headed home, and then it was already our last day.
I know. It went so fast.
What did we do on Friday?
I had some work meetings.
Oh, yeah. You had a big work meeting.
So I kind of needed to pull myself together for that. Yeah. So that was good. And then we just had lunch at your apartment.
Oh, yeah. We got some takeout and just
like late lunch.
Yeah, we had a very late lunch.
Like, because I had meetings for a while.
Yeah.
And then Friday
we
night.
finished up some shopping too,
oh yes, that was really good.
We went to Sostrene Green.
It was so fun.
And Kim bought like 3 bags.
Okay, do you want to explain what Sostrene Green is?
So I don't even know what the equivalent would be like.
Okay, I'll describe it.
Home goods.
It's kind of like a combination of
dollar store,
Trader Joe's, the dollar store, and like a party store, like Party City.
Okay, I feel like that's.
I think that's like kind of a good description.
But yeah, they have kind of everything.
But
lots of Christmas decorations, doodads, gift paper, bags.
I mean, my assortment was so random.
Kim went hard.
I went I was just so excited. I don't know why,
Meanwhile, we do have one of these in X.
which I had no idea. So now I'm hauling basically this huge shopping bag of what my husband would have called all crap back from Paris.
Party hat.
It was, I
Year's.
bought New Year's hats and like horns because I could never find those in France. And then my daughter's birthday party was coming up that following weekend. And so I wanted to get like kind of goodie bag stuffers.
Yeah.
But they were really random. Like she was even like, these are rainbow.
The rainbow lollipops were
They were beautiful.
I've admired it several times.
Oh, you
week.
have?
Yeah, I
Okay.
keep taking it out of the bag. I'm like, wow, how did they get
they
all
were
these
unique,
colors?
right? I wanted unique.
So
I wanted
beautiful.
unique things for her gift bags.
Yeah.
So I felt like I at least accomplished that.
Yeah, no, it was great.
But then we'll finish the night.
So then we went and had pizzas for dinner
Oh, they're
at
so good.
Oobatz. They're sourdough pizzas, very creative flavors.
Yes,
Excellent.
really good. And good atmosphere. I liked it.
Great atmosphere.
Yeah.
The green salad.
Oh, that was so good. That dressing. I don't know what that was, but
it's that like French dressing, but it's their lettuce. I feel like they must wash their lettuce, dry it completely, and then put it in the fridge because it's
is that why it's so
cold
good?
and crispy.
It was delicious.
And with the tanginess of the dressing, it just goes really well with the pizzas. I actually booked for me
You
to
did
go
when
back
you guys go back? Oh,
next
nice.
week, the night
Fun.
of my daughter's birthday, because she loves that
She loves that
pizza.
place. That's
and I
gonna
told
be
my
awesome.
husband, he was like, "Did you book this for you or for her?" And I was like, "No, she loves the pizza too."
Obviously.
for all of
but
us.
it's super kid friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great because it opens at 6 p.m.
Oh,
and
that's
there's
right. Yeah,
we didn't go at 6 p.m., but there's very few places in Paris where you can go at 6, get dinner, and get out of there.
That's awesome.
So I feel like that's a great kid option in Paris if you want something like really good
Yeah,
too, and you
so
just want to do
fun.
it on the earlier side. And then we were on a very early 8 o'clock, 8:20 train back
Yes.
the next day, and that was it. It was all over, and now we've been living these silent lives at home.
I do have to share an embarrassing story
yeah.
of the train. I was carrying, this is why don't buy too much stuff and then expect that you can walk, like a 15-minute walk from your apartment in the freezing cold. It was still dark because we had like an 8 o'clock train a.m.
Oh, it was pitch black.
It was pitch black. I'm hauling shopping bags, like literally like they were just not
Brown paper bags.
Brown paper bags. I looked homeless. And then we are in different train cars, but I am trying to get all these shopping bags on and my suitcase, and I fall going onto the train.
Like, did your leg go between
My
the
leg
train
went
and the
in between the train and the platform.
I've seen this
because the
happen to
shopping
people.
bag got stuck because my New Year's horns were sticking out of the shopping bag, and then they got the whole bag because it was
When
so.
you say horn, do you mean like a bugle?
Yes, like yes.
You have bugles.
Did you not see what I bought?
I don't know. I'm thinking like unicorn horn. I don't know.
No, it's like
I
the
did
things
not
you
know.
blow that's like, woo, happy New Year. So the whole bag gets
So your
stuck.
bugle got caught.
My
and
bugle
then
got caught,
before
and
you
my
know-
leg was caught because it was dragging behind. So then my leg was caught
okay,
in
that must
between.
have hurt.
It did hurt. I have a huge bruise on my leg.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, the train guy comes over, the conductor, because he clearly saw me take
I
this
saw the blonde
massive
American go down their bugle.
with my New Year's hat. Anyways, he was like, oh, Madame, ça va? Which means like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And I was like, oui. Yeah, like sort of.
Definitely not okay, but what can
But
you do?
what is he going to do? Like take me to the hospital?
Yeah.
So the bag is completely broken. I'm now like, I just got to get on this train, shove this stuff somewhere, and like sit down for the next 3 hours and just
That sounds
decompress.
like, when it's raining and you're coming home from the grocery store and your bag breaks and all the groceries are on the
correct.
sidewalk.
It was
and people
basically
are offering
that.
help, but there's like, you're just like nowhere
But
to go.
no,
and-
nobody offered help. So I think it was a little different in France. Like everyone just looked at me like,
Get out of the way.
Why would you buy all that?
Why would you bring these bugles on the train?
Correct. I think it was more of a judgment than it was like, let me help this poor woman. So anyways, so I quickly, before the train was like arriving in X, I gathered all my stuff. I tried to repackage it all. And then I made sure I stood like right by the door so I could just shove the stuff off and then quickly try to get in a taxi home.
Well, the good news is you and your bugle are home safe.
And they're actually kind of still together. They're a little like squished, but
Okay.
I think they'll still work for New Year's.
That's great.
Yeah.
So then that leads us to our last week of school for the kids.
I know. Today's their last day.
Today's the last
Friday,
day.
the 20th. Yes.
And then we have 2 weeks off for the break, which actually I feel like I always complain about the 2-week break, but I feel like
Oh, it's so
well
nice
deserved
around
at
the
Christmas.
holidays, for sure.
Because you have
Yeah.
Christmas and you have New Year's, and then
Yeah.
everyone comes back refreshed.
For sure.
I'm
And the
really
kids
looking
need a little
forward to this
break. They've been
break.
working really hard, I think, at school,
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree. They're like, I feel like it's pretty serious.
It's
French
pretty
school.
serious French school. Yeah.
Last night we had a little holiday party.
Oh, it was so fun.
It was really fun.
It was a bit of like going away.
Away.
We always get sad because the Australian friends of ours leave in the middle of the year because their school starts, what would be their summer right now is starting their school year. And so they leave mid-year. And I feel like the Australians are always just great and so much fun. But so it was a bit of like a going away for a fun couple.
We had a good night. The food was so good.
Yes.
And then, we're leaving on Saturday. We're actually driving to Paris.
Amazing. It'll be so like kind of, I don't know, fun adventure.
Look, it's way practical with the bag.
For sure.
The Christmas gifts.
So you don't end up falling on the train with the
exactly.
gifts. Yeah, I get it.
So we're going to go to Paris for a week and then just come back down here. And you guys are going?
We are going skiing in the Dolomites. So it's like the
So fun.
Italian Alps, which I've never been, but it looks amazing. And I'm super excited.
And you're going to be in X for Christmas. Right?
Yeah. So we're just staying in X for Christmas, just our family. So kind of sad. I was actually getting a little sad that I'm not with my family in the States for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I feel like this part of the year, like Thanksgiving, Christmas is a little harder.
You get like a little sad because I'm realizing like they're all together and, my brother just had a baby. So I would love to see the little one, but soon enough. I'm going in February to the States. So
it'll be here in the blink of an eye.
Totally. So, okay. Should we talk about a little bit about what we had some good reflections I would say, about our past year. I feel like this time of year, I always like to sort of pause because it's a good time to sort of refresh, like think about what you liked about this year, what you're proud of, like what didn't work, and make some changes.
Yeah.
Positive.
I just like going to the new year. I don't know if I'm a big believer in like New Year's
I'm
resolutions.
not really a big believer in New
like
Year's resolutions either.
It's like, you do them for a week and it's like whatever.
It's like
but
how
I
the
really
gyms-
agree in this, like kind of looking back at the year and seeing like what worked, what didn't.
Totally.
And
I
taking
think
the lessons
it's
that you
taking
learned.
some lessons. And so I think it's less about like, here's my 3 New Year's resolutions, but I think it's more about, I don't know, like what was good, mindset things, like, all of that.
So should I start?
Yeah, why don't you start?
A couple of mine?
Yes.
Okay. Let me find my note. All right. Things I learned this year.
Oh, it's very serious.
If I don't take care of myself, it manifests physically. I've just had this lesson over and over again. I don't know if it's like age or just, I don't know what it is, but if I don't take care of I've had many issues. Like in April when I was covered in spots for 6 weeks.
That's true.
I broke out into these.
I forgot about your spots.
I was working a lot and like kind of burnt out and stressed. And all of a sudden one day I woke up and like my chest felt like it was getting hives on it. And then by the end of like 2 days later, I had welts from my scalp on every inch of my body. And like that happened. Anytime I get too stressed, I'll pull my neck. I feel like I keep a lot of tension in my neck. And I've just realized that if I keep pushing myself, because I have a tendency to just kind of go. Of
course, all of us
until something like breaks.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I need to be more careful with this next year and take the time to take a little bit better care of myself so this doesn't happen. Because then when these things happen, I'm like out of commission.
Right.
Like
and you
I
feel
even recently
pretty bad.
pulled my neck a couple weeks ago and I felt like I couldn't turn my head for a week.
Oh, it's terrible.
So I don't know if anyone else feels like that.
I mean, I feel this way lately because I feel like if I am stressed or I'm like a big decision to make or something, like I'm carrying, like I can feel
is even like
knots in my shoulders and back.
Same.
I feel like there's now, maybe it's a good thing, but like I feel like my mental state is very connected to my physical state.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was super aware of that before. And now I'm like acutely aware of it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, my next one is if you don't walk a lot, you can't eat whatever you want.
I laughed at this one because I was like, wait a minute, have you always been able to eat whatever you want? I'm like, that's amazing.
I mean, look, I just feel like we live in like a non-walkable area right now, and there's days where I'm not walking at all. I like walk around my house. I do chores,
but you're not like.
When I was living in Paris, I feel like consistently every day I was walking a decent amount, and like the stairs and carrying
for
stuff.
sure.
So without doing any like actual exercise, I don't know. I was pretty much able to like eat what I wanted, and I was always the same weight.
Yeah.
And then if I worked out a little bit, I was like, oh wow, I feel really strong right now. And now I just feel like we've been here for over a year and a half, and my walking has been down for a while, and I've gained weight. Like
you don't feel like as good.
I don't feel as
you
good.
want
So
to.
now I'm like, okay, I need to also make an effort to get out there, walk, like build it into my day because it's also just not good to sit around.
No, it's really good.
I don't want to change like
You're eating.
I eat pretty
No,
healthy.
you do eat healthy.
But I don't want to have to to lose weight. I don't want to have to restrict foods that I'm eating. Do you know what I mean?
No, that totally makes sense. I think you'd be happier if you increased your walking. Just come visit me in X. I walk everywhere.
Yeah. So I need to do that this year. Okay. There's that old saying, don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow. Am I saying that wrong?
Don't put off what you can do today to wait for tomorrow.
Something like that. You know what we're saying.
It's like don't procrastinate is essentially the statement.
Which I feel like when I was a new mom, I've always been a big procrastinator.
Okay.
Like wait till 4 a.m. the day of a test to study.
I'm like the complete opposite of you.
Last minute. And I feel like when I became a mom, the next day is not really promised to you because you might have a kid home sick, throwing up. Like you never know what's going to happen. So I really got into that mindset of like, if I have a moment, like get done what I need to get done so that because maybe I won't be able to do it tomorrow. But I'm very black and white, and I feel like I've just taken this too far, and I feel like it's part of the reason I keep feeling so burnt out because I'm just like all day long
checking off your to-do
running
list.
through my to-do list, like go to the last minute, and it just takes all the pleasure out of life. Like I can move stuff to the next day, and if it doesn't happen that day, like
it's going to be okay.
It'll still happen. Yeah. So I'm just going to try to keep that in mind.
I like that.
I'm going to go against the saying and put off what I need to till the next day so that I can enjoy what I'm doing today.
I think that also goes with like being present in what you're doing, which is actually so important because if you're rushing, you're not present. You're just like trying to get to the next thing.
Totally.
So I think they're linked.
And then I lose all my creativity
when
I'm on these like endless like admin checklist stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. This is something I learned this year. When you start putting up boundaries you haven't before, people get mad.
Yes, that's totally true.
And as a people pleaser in rehab,
a recovering people
pleaser, that was unexpected.
Yeah.
And added a lot of stress to my life this year.
Understandable.
Because I think people are so used to you always doing one thing and being forgiving. And when you finally like put a foot down and say like, no, that's enough. Like it just kind of blows up.
For sure.
And I feel like I'm still recovering from
I'm still recovering. I had a very similar one to you of like learning to, establish boundaries and then keep to them. And this is like with everything, like just life, friends, family, etc. of like, how do I set the right boundaries for myself?
Yeah.
And I think I would say I got like a little bit better, but then I slide right back into old habits. Like it's hard for me to maintain not being a people pleaser.
I agree. But I also think it's easier when you're maintaining it like from a distance versus like in person. You know what I mean?
It's harder.
It's much harder in person. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that like when you set a boundary, people are like, good on you.
Good on you.
But like,
that's an Australian expression. It means good for you.
Good on you. Good on you.
Good on you.
It wasn't good on me this year, but hoping next year that'll get better. And then I just have one last one. I'll pass over to you. Okay. So if something or someone doesn't make you feel like yourself, don't put energy towards it.
Okay. Explain.
Not to be confused. Small caveat.
Okay.
Not to be confused with getting out of your comfort zone.
Right. Okay.
Because so basically what I mean is like if you're hanging out with someone or you're doing something like an activity or work and you don't feel like you're being your true self while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Don't put your energy towards that.
Yeah.
Save your energy. We have limited time.
Yeah.
Put your energy into things that make you feel like the best version of yourself.
I totally agree.
And of course, like anytime you try something new, learning a language, moving somewhere, like you're just going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Even like meetings, whatever.
Yep.
It doesn't mean that you shouldn't do those things.
Right.
But if you see yourself wanting to be in that position where you feel comfortable doing that, keep doing it.
Yeah.
But if you're doing something that just like, you're like, this is my work self and this is my regular self, don't split your personality.
Yeah.
Just focus on the things that make you feel true to yourself.
I totally agree. And this is a hard lesson, I think, for a lot of women. I'm speaking for myself. Like I have one that's similar to yours that I'll share when you're finished. But yes, it's go on. And then
I mean, that's sort of it. I just feel like, I don't know. There's things that like this year I'm like, you know what? Like I want to put my energy into these things and they'll give me so much more than like kind of draining energy on these other things that just are making me not feel great.
Yeah.
I leave feeling exhausted.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
No, I think it's good. I think it's a bit linked with the boundaries, right? Like you're setting boundaries
Probably,
for yourself of like
totally.
that's not enjoyable, or I don't enjoy spending time with that person, or I don't want to do those things, so they're not aligned to like my values, and you don't do them. I think
And
that's
like,
good.
it's okay, you know?
It's okay. It's okay to say no.
I love it.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
So mine are.
Peace out 2024.
So you're just gonna end like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So mine are. I took it like. I tried to do a positive spin because I think
Sorry, we're
normally
meant to negative.
No, but I'm saying
I
think
had a hard year.
I think my natural tendency would have been like to list all the things that like weren't going well or that were challenging this year. And instead I said what I'm kind of proud of for myself and because this is also hard for me to frame things positively. But now I'm going to say something kind of negative, but kind of positive. So I feel like I keep learning this lesson, but it kind of goes to like, don't live your life by your LinkedIn profile. It's very easy for me to fall back into traps of like, oh, this would look good on LinkedIn, or this is like, because it's like ego boosting and there's like, you get some accolades and pats on the back from doing something that you know you can do, and then like having an opportunity that comes your way that might look really good on your LinkedIn profile, but you realize that it's actually very misaligned to what you care about, like what your priorities are. And so I had a circumstance like this year, and I was actually proud of myself for not falling into the trap of, oh, I'll just do this because it looks good and I should do this, and it's adds some sort of like, this makes me look good type of thing. But then I'm like, does that matter? Like, what do I care most about? And so I feel like this year I was
It's like pleasing others over pleasing yourself.
Correct. And like, I'm really trying to be like, what are like my 3 most important things in my life? And those are my priorities. And I only narrowed to 3 because you could have this list be millions, but I think they're big things that I care about. And I'm like, if something doesn't align with them, it's like I'm setting boundaries and saying like, it's not for me. So I was kind of proud that I was able to somewhat do it, and not all the way. But
I feel like you've come a long way with the LinkedIn stuff.
I think I've come a long way.
Even like a year ago when we first met, you were like always thinking about LinkedIn.
Yeah. Sounds so weird. No, but it's like an app, you know, but like,
but I like get like, I'm not really on LinkedIn, but I get that when once I got on LinkedIn and I see what everyone writes, it's like, it's a weird world out there.
And it's also, I think if you can, it stands for so much bigger than LinkedIn, right? It stands for like,
of course,
your identity being linked to your career and what you can accomplish in a professional manner. And I'm really trying to sort of let go of that, because I don't think my identity should be tied to my profession. Like there's so many things that and I think we actually talked about this last night at the dinner party.
I think it's dangerous.
I think it's dangerous. And I also think it's so interesting. Like we've made a lot of good friends here, and I have no idea actually what most of them have done in their professional life, because you actually get to know them as a person and what they're really all about and their values and like what they think about family, et cetera. And it's just so much deeper than, oh, I know that person does this, or they're an investment banker, they're this, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just think it's nice, actually.
Yeah, it's true. I also feel like it's very like the French way to never ask what someone does for a living. It's seen like poorly.
Which is so American.
Which is like I feel like it's like one of the things you ask like right away when you meet someone in the US, like, oh, like, what do you do? Like, where do you live?
Yeah.
Like, where'd you go to college?
Totally.
You know?
It's a very normal.
Those deep invasive
privacy. Yeah, right. So anyways, I think it's good here. Okay, my second thing was get out of your comfort zone frequently. So there's like a few things I was proud of myself. Like I hiked up a mountain for the first time in my life. Like that was actually scary, but cool.
When you like scaled the wall.
Yeah. I mean, I scaled the wall and like almost fell with a bottle of rosé in a backpack, but it was fine. I mean, I recovered and I lived to tell the tale. And then my husband had been encouraging me to just like take a trip by myself. Like I've never taken a solo trip, and I was a little nervous to just like fly to a random European city that I'd never been, but I booked it, made myself do it. And I went to Copenhagen on a solo trip. So stayed by myself, did what I wanted, went to cool museums, shopped. And it was actually really fulfilling. And this sounds so strange, but I feel like I actually got to know myself and appreciate myself more than if I had not done something like that. So I would say for all of you out there thinking about a little solo trip, do it. It was probably one of my favorite things this year.
I love that.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a great one.
Okay. And then my last one. So I think there are some things there are some things in life that like you just think you always need to work toward, like owning a house, like doing this, like there's all these like steps. And I've been able to sort of say like, I don't think those steps are going to really add fulfillment to my life. And I'm trying to sort of think differently about like how I want to think about my future and life and our family, and like what is, this kind of comes back to like priorities and what matters. And I'm realizing like I really enjoy living here. And even though it's like there are moments that are very outside of my comfort zone, like I wouldn't trade it for like the certainty and security of like owning a home that's like feels very, I don't know, just certain. Does that make sense? Like in the US, like, so I'm saying there's like challenges here all the time, right? Because we live in France.
It's not like the most like it's
this isn't like the easiest.
It's not like you don't
life.
wake up in the morning and know what you're gonna get.
No,
you know what I mean?
And the minute, even if you're like really tired, like we were out late last night, you have to speak French. Like the minute I went to the market, it's like you have to switch into like immediately speaking French. I had a lot of moments this past week of like just going to the post office and like almost in tears over like trying to ship some packages just because it's like such a barrier and I have no clue how to do things. But I would still take all
Post
of those.
office is a steep learning curve.
Okay, thank you.
Don't worry.
I'm just like, oh my God, am I going to sit on this floor and cry?
You'll figure it out.
But anyways, I'm saying I am choosing a life that's like filled with more moments like that and less certainty about, I know exactly what I'm getting every day. And I would still choose that. And I'm happy that I'm making that decision over the like certainty and security and ease of like what could be kind of a, I would say in some ways easier life. Does that make any sense?
I feel, yes, I completely relate to this because I feel like that's how my life is.
Yeah.
And I think you have like high highs and low lows. But once you start living like that, I think it would be very hard to go back to not living like that just because it feels like you're always getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And while that can be very hard and like stressful on relationships and on yourself. And look, I've had like my spots, like, you know, like I see the effect of living a less stable lifestyle on myself all the time. But at the same time, it also feels good. And it's like makes me feel alive too. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like
I get bored easily. And so to me, it's a very like exciting life.
I 100% agree. Like, you know what I like about it? You're always doing and trying something new, and you actually feel like you're making progress in your life in so many ways. Like, I think the language is a constant one where I'll have weeks where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got around in like speaking French all day today, and like I was proud of myself.
It feels so good,
right? And of course, you're gonna have the low lows. I had a lot of those this week when you're like, my French is actually terrible, and I had no clue what to do in that situation. But I think the excitement and the growth of like your mind constantly being challenged and you're not on autopilot is really amazing.
I just think it's also like really great to be humbled a lot.
Yes, it is.
Because I think like back to the LinkedIn thing, you know, everyone on LinkedIn, to me, when I read it, I'm like, oh, they're just all
like
bragging. But it's just like, I'm so great. Like after this great chapter, I'm going to this great company.
Or look how I got recognized by this publication. Yeah,
we're out here getting humbled to the ground. Like I'm like the misunderstandings, all this stuff. It just kind of like makes you not think of yourself so seriously because you can't take, if you take every one of those moments seriously, you're going to be like,
oh my gosh. You have
in your room, like, oh, what is my life?
Yeah, you have to like constantly kind of brush through and get over challenges and all the time.
You don't take yourself as seriously. Like you don't feel like an expert on like anything really because I don't know. You know, you're always learning.
You're always learning,
and I think it's a great way to go. Like a harder way with more benefits, but it's a good way to go through life.
Yeah, I mean, I think of how many new things in a week I'm doing here than I would have done. Like I'm constantly trying like new recipes because I'm wanting to try different like ways of like French style cooking, right? Like I am always like thinking about like, okay, what could, like we're watching TV in French and I'm learning about like the French culture and the language. Like it's just like a constant learning.
Constant simulation.
Yeah, maybe that's
constant fatigue.
Très fatigué. But I do think it is, in my mind now, like I would still choose this, at least at this point in my life, over. And look, when I talk to friends, like life does seem easier. Like they have groups, they all speak in English together. Yeah. They like even throwing my daughter a birthday party with like all in French, and it was like,
remember, we didn't even know if the birthday party was booked.
I didn't even know if it was booked. You and I showed up, and I'm like, Isabel, I'm not sure there's a party. I'm like, I didn't receive a confirmation. I've tried calling, nobody answers the phone. And then I get there like early and it was booked. And then I'm talking to all the French moms and they're helping me decorate. And, you know, but it was a very, I would say, stressful situation.
Yeah.
Where in the US, I could have just been like, of course there's a birthday party. I'm having
Yep.
a birthday party for my daughter. And
Like,
I
with
can
the
speak to
confidence
English with
behind
all
it,
these
yeah.
mothers.
I
And
know.
here just little things. But I think overall, very, very, I would say I had a very good 2024.
I feel like you did too, especially because I feel like when you move abroad the second year is
Yeah.
when, I don't know, I think sometimes when people go abroad, it sort of feels like Disney World at first.
Yeah,
and
for
it's
sure.
like, oh, this is wonderful, this
Yeah.
is wonderful, this is wonderful. And then that year 2 really humbles you
oh,
because
for sure.
you realize that like the expectation of just like picking French up,
No.
like immersive
No, it
French
doesn't
in
work.
a year, like literally does not work
no,
at all.
At all. No.
Maybe if you're working at a French company and only French, but like I just feel like that wouldn't even happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have those kind of like hard
Yeah.
realizations, and then you see like how long it actually takes to feel
Totally.
integrated. And year 2, I feel like is hard. It's just like
It is hard.
visas, challenges.
Yeah.
And I think if you can make it through year 2, year 3, then like
You're really smooth sailing.
then you've figured
Yeah.
a lot of things out.
Yeah.
You've built some you've like been
Totally.
all the way flattened, and now you're like slowly coming back up and feeling a little
It
more
sounds so
confident.
positive.
I know, but
Just
then it's
joking.
like, you know.
No,
you get
I know.
somewhere. So I feel like
No,
you've done
it does-
a great job.
No,
I always
well,
feel like
thank
you do
you.
a good job, like taking things, like keeping it moving.
No, I mean, I
feel
think
like you things come up and you're just like, you let them like roll off and you keep going. And I
Well,
think that's really great.
I'm
'cause
glad it looks like
not
that. It
everyone
doesn't
is like
always
that.
feel that way, but I do make an attempt to like not let things
get bogged down by the little
constantly bog me down. Even like I think this year was a big like work. You know, how do I figure out working from
things.
here?
Yeah, I feel
and
like you had a lot of
there was a lot of
work
like stuff
too.
thrown at me, and I feel like I now have like boundaries there
Mm-hmm.
that I'm like I know what I would do again and not do again, and it feels good. So I'm not saying like au revoir in a negative way to 2024.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think you are either.
I'm
feel
not.
like
I'm not
you
either.
should-
But I'm just need a break.
Oh, yeah, you
just
need a break. But
vacation,
I was
and then I'll be
telling you,
great
like,
in January.
I was like, I think if you had framed your list too of all the things you were proud of yourself for, and I was naming for you, like your company's doing so well. Like I just think
Thanks.
you should be really proud of yourself too.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm very proud of myself.
Well, cheers to that.
I think I'll be more proud once I feel rested.
All right.
I guess for the podcast, this is end of season 2. We're gonna come back.
Yeah,
Not
we'll be
sure
back.
when. We'll definitely be back.
Yeah.
Probably like
Q1, we said.
Q1.
Yeah.
We like to record ahead of time so
Yeah.
that with all these breaks we can keep it coming once we start
Yes.
releasing them. But yeah, we'll post updates. on
Yeah.
the
Then
Cuckoo
thank you guys
Pod.
for listening. If
Thank
you
you
have
guys
any
for
comments or
listening.
questions, please leave them for us.
Yeah, if there's anything you want, we're trying to sort of figure out where we're going next
Yeah.
with this. I feel like we'll always keep talking about the France stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we want to start talking about some other stuff too.
Yeah, we've
so
got
let
some
us know what
ideas.
you're interested in. And we're really excited to be back.
Yay. Happy holidays.
Have a great holiday. Bye.
Bye.